Thanks for joining our special live coverage of the 7th policy discussion with citizens. The South Korean government has been carrying out policy discussions with members of the public and experts in annual policy briefings since the beginning of the new year. Each ministry has been laying out policy plans with participants also taking part in debates. The themes that have been covered and are to be discussed are related to the public's livelihood issues, including public safety, transportation, medical reform, and tackling the low birth rate. And today's session will focus on protecting digital rights for citizens under the theme of digital rights and innovation. Now, if we look over some of the sessions that took place in the past few weeks, on housing, which was the second topic, President Yoon Suk-yeol vowed to scrap regulations that hinder redevelopment and reconstruction. In fact, the government will not conduct safety reviews of homes that are older than 30 years old to get into reconstruction right away, and some bold reforms in stock market taxes are underway. President Yoon pledged to do so to correct the perceived undervaluation of South Korean shares and improve the financial situation of ordinary citizens. And again, we are still waiting for the 7th policy discussion with citizens to begin. This is where the members of the public and experts take part in briefings where ministries present their annual policy plans. Now, this series of discussion-style briefings consists of 10 sessions on socioeconomic issues spanning housing, jobs, public safety, transport, medical reform, low birth rate, and energy policies. It looks like President Yoon Suk-yeol is entering the room to deliver his speech. We'll come back after his speech.
We will first pledge allegiance to the flag. Please face the flag in front of you. Salute to the flag. At ease, please be seated. We will now begin the policy discussion with the citizens. We are going to talk about coexistence of the digital age and protection of people's rights. I would like to thank all of you who are here today. I would like to invite the President for his speech opening remarks. Everyone, it's very nice to see you. This is the incubator of the digital startup, and we are here at Pangyo 2nd Techno Valley. I'm very glad to meet all of you. Today's lives, it is inseparable to think about digital transformation is everywhere. We use digital kiosks and smartphones are everywhere. We use it every day. And the people use digital services with smartphones and a variety of digital technology. The digital is changing people's lives. However, the challenges that need to be solved are also emerging at an equally rapid pace. The service is convenient, and the government should focus on promoting people's freedom and welfare by making services more convenient and accessible. And we would have to dive deeper into the field the government has to. Since the time as a candidate, I have been pursuing digital policies related to administration, and therefore today we are going to talk about administration, games, and medical services that are directly linked to people's lives, and we would like to discuss on these topics. First of all, on the basis of digital technology, the people should be able to conveniently use the digital administration service. South Korea's digital government is at the world-leading level, and we are also at the global top in terms of digital administration. In the 6 detailed categories, we are over twofold compared to the average of OECD countries. And we are at an overwhelming global number 1 in terms of digital government. Nevertheless, we have a far way to go for this to be palpable by the people. In particular, the self-employed and the ordinary people, there are a lot of burden in terms of administrative processes. In big companies, of course, they have a separate administrative departments taking care of these issues. However, this is not the case for the small companies or enterprises. Just to resolve administrative issues, we have to have a lot of documents that are related, and therefore we would like to provide a one-stop administrative services, and over the next 3 years, we will fully computerize documents for a total of 1,500 administrative services, and by the end of this year, about 420 documents will be solved and computerized. If we can computerize only 30% of all the required documents, we can save trillions of won. And we would also like to drastically convert unnecessary seal authentication certificates to digital seals. The 30% of the people in Korea are users of games, and this game industry, the annual revenue goes over 22 trillion won, therefore establishing itself as a content industry, and the market size is astounding. And therefore, this is a very promising industry and also a convergent industry, and therefore the government should take a focus in terms of promoting this industry. And in this game industry, what is the utmost importance is to protect the consumers. And by doing so, we can enlarge and we can discover more potentials in this market, and therefore we have to eliminate the unfairness in this game industry. And we have to see the game users as the game users, like the ordinary users. And for the sound growth of this game industry, the government will play its role. And first of all, the probability-based items, there are some problems in terms of this issue, and we would like to disclose the information on probability-based items. We would also like to find the ones that are illegally operating in this industry, and also the games that are having a one-time interest and gain their interest as a one-time fraud activities. We would like to eliminate such practices. And also, we would like to resolve the inconvenience and disappointment of the public due to the limited operation of non-face-to-face medical treatment after the pandemic. There is a new market that is emerging. There was a new market that has emerged during the pandemic. However, this is being more and more limited. The government is still pursuing the remote medical services to some extent. However, there are some disappointments amongst the public. And many of the people are disappointed and they are condemning that such practices are actually a reverse to the past that was more inconvenient than when this remote medical services had been introduced. I would like to ask for your candid opinion today at this discussion. We are going to be very much listening to your opinions and to reflect your opinions to our national tasks. Thank you.
That was our live coverage of South Korea's 7th policy discussion with citizens, with President Yoon Suk-yeol delivering a speech. If you missed it, you can still catch the highlights on our upcoming newscast at 12 p.m. Korea time. Thanks for watching.